Hey guys, this is Tyler here from Rehab to Fab Designs. I look terrible. I'm sorry I don't have any makeup on, but I'm working on an antique bed here that we used to make a bench that my husband built. We've still got to build the seat and everything, but we use the footboard basically to add to the sides to make a bench. You've probably seen some similar. Really cute. And I just thought I would jump on here and paint with you guys for a little bit and show you what I'm doing. So I did a video on stripes previously, so I won't go into too much detail on this, but spaced it out using the tape so we can get the space in between each piece of tape the same, so our stripes are about the same size. This is just blue painter's tape. I think it's 3M is what we use. We pick up from Home Depot, or you can order it, and that's what we use for our stripes because it always comes out nice and clean. I am using Wiseout paint in the chalk synthesis. Antique Villa or Antique Villa is my color. This was primed, sanded down, and then primed, and then the white that you see on here is the Antique Villa. And then for my stripes, I'm using this color again. I used this recently on a Henrendon dresser that I did, and I painted stripes on it and also used some vinyl to cut to put some designs on it. But this is just a really pretty light tan color. I think it's been discontinued actually, so I'm going to cry when I run out because I really like it. But I'm going to do the stripes over here. I started a little bit on this corner over here, but I'm going to do this. So if you want really pretty stripes, before you paint your colors on it, you should always go around it and paint your base color, so your background color, over top of the tape. And the reason we do that is because it basically seals down this edge between here where we're going to put our brown color, so between here and the tape. So if you just painted straight over this after you put the tape on with your brown color or whatever color you're using, it can bleed and get up under the corners of the tape, and so when you peel your tape off, you won't have pretty straight lines, and you'll have bleeds basically up under it. So to prevent that, I just go around it and paint over top of the edges of the tape. So that's why you see blue and then you see the white beside it. It's where I painted around it and just basically kind of seals it. But like I say, there's another video on our page about that if you want to watch. I was just jumping on. Tell me where you guys are from if you're on here, what you're doing. I've been helping clean. We have an old building here in town that used to be the general store, so I was helping try to clean it up because we're going to have a Santa come and do hot chocolate and stuff, so I was working on that and then just came back over and started painting. So I've got this base coat on. I have 3 brushes that I'm using. These are Cling On brushes, fabulous brushes. I love them. I don't know how I ever painted without them. This is a S30. It's got a short handle, that's why I like it, so it's really lightweight. So I have one for my Antique Villa and I have one for my Gustavian, and then I have a bigger brush, long handle, which is kind of common with the Cling On. This one's a R20. The R stands for round, and that's because the head of it is round. And I'm using this to kind of blend my colors. What I'm going to do, because there's an edge, I don't know if you can see it up here, where there's a ledge where this is flat panel, and then there's some trim right here, and I don't want to go up into the trim with my brown color. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about here. So I don't want to go over that with my brown color. So I'm going to stop up here. And instead of stopping with my brown right here and making it like a sharp line and making a mess, because inevitably I will, what I'm going to do is try to paint with my brown, my darker color down here, and I'm going to come up and try to get lighter as I go up so it kind of fades back into the white. And on the other piece that I did, I used these same colors. I kind of did the darker in the middle and faded at the top and bottom. But I've never done it where it just kind of gets lighter as it goes up. So this is kind of a trial and error for me, so we'll see how it goes. I'll just kind of start with this one here in the middle since you can see it better. Actually, I'm going to start on the other one because I meant to have brown on that brush. Sorry about that. So this is my Gustavian. And I'm just going to paint this one up. And I do like the nice clean lines. So I do try to paint my lines straight. Will you turn that down a little bit, baby? And then I'll get up here. I'm to go back to my other brush and I'll start adding my Antique Villa. And then I have my spray bottle, of course, so I can keep it wet so the paint moves together good. And that's just kind of a blend right there of the two paints together. And then again, I'm gonna spray it. And then this is kind of dry. I did one little side a minute ago, but I do have a napkin here that I'm using just to kind of wipe off that excess to keep that clean. And then I'm gonna pull my white or lighter color down into the dark because I want this end, remember, to stay lighter. So the stripes kind of fade and go from dark to light as it goes up. So because I want the light up there, I'm pulling the white down into the brown. And then I can kind of come back over here and brush that up. And just kind of wiping it as I go to keep it clean. Hey, Ina, thank you for watching. We appreciate you. I always want to do these lives, but, you know, they're kind of nerve-wracking. They're good for your page, I guess. And, you know, we like to help people out if we can. But they do make you a little bit nervous. They do get a little easier, I guess, with time, but we appreciate you guys watching. So that's the Gustavian again, which is my darker color. And so, I'm going to spray that a little bit. Up here, I'm dragging the white down, and then you can kind of drag the brown up, and then white this. And also, if you do vertical and horizontal lines, it will help kind of soften your blend a little bit. That way it's a little bit smoother. You're going to have to come around if you want to get in the front. Hi. I just added a little bit more of my Antique Villa up there. And then just wiping this. And just kind of keep, with blending, I have found the more you kind of brush it, the softer it'll get. But if it starts, you use your water when you're doing this to kind of keep your paint wet so it keeps moving. Hey, Martine. So the paint will keep moving and blending easier. But it will get to a point where even when you spray it, it'll kind of pull a little bit. So if it starts doing that, just kind of stop where you're at and let it dry. And then you come back with your second coat, because your second coat will always look a little better also. So that's kind of what I'm going for there. So I've got it dark here and then just getting lighter all the way up. I keep putting my brown paintbrush in the white paint on accident. What are you guys doing for Christmas? Anybody got big plans? I'm trying to be good and put my paint out on a plate, you guys, so I don't mess up my pans. Because they get wet. Alright, so this is my brown again. This is the Gustavian. So I'm going to go ahead and paint that at the bottom. And then I'll start working my way up. We are still looking for a puppy. I don't know if you guys saw the picture of that cute, adorable puppy I posted the other day. I found him. It was an account on Instagram. They were supposedly in Miami. Had lots of dogs. Also a lot of red flags when I was kind of chatting back and forth with them. I had asked them if they could do a live video with me so I could see the dogs, kind of see the personality and stuff, but they wouldn't. And then I got a number from them and tried to call them. They wouldn't answer. So I texted them. They gave me 2 different names. So it ended up being obviously a fake account. Luckily, I had reached out to a friend of my sister's who actually breeds English Bulldogs. And she recognized one of the dogs in the photo as one that belonged to a stud to somebody she knew. And so I found that person and went and looked at their page. And sure enough, all the dogs on there belong to that guy. So I did notify him, but we're so upset because we were so excited to get a puppy. So now we're looking for another puppy. So if you guys know of any, let us know. I think I really like to have a little girl, but I don't know. We'll see. I have found some kind of close to us, and obviously in a lot of other states too. Finally catched alive again. Hey, Carmen. What time is it in Germany? Are you on the same day as us? I don't even know. It's Saturday here. What time is it? Probably like 2:30 or something. I'm not even sure. Maybe 3. So I'm just putting a little bit more of my Antique Villa up here to bring that white back down. And I'm going to drag it back in. But yeah, we found some puppies close by. I think we're actually going to go look at some tomorrow. I found somebody not far from us that has some. So I'm going to go see those. Because we kind of got our heart set on having a puppy now. I have found plenty around, but they are so expensive. Almost 9 p.m. Oh, wow. Is it still Saturday? I'm guessing. We appreciate you watching. I would have got on here earlier today. I had big plans. I haven't been here in a couple of days because I've been at work at the hospital, and I was going to get a lot done, but I've been trying to clean up the little building down the right a couple of spaces down from us. They're going to do a Santa Claus for Christmas with some hot chocolate and cookies. If anybody is local, y'all come check it out. I think they'll be there. I posted on my regular page about it. They're going to be there Friday and Saturday this coming week with the Santa and hot chocolate and cookies for the kids. And it's the coolest little old building. I posted some pics. Y'all check it out. It's like so cool on the inside. It's all wood. It's got the original wood floors. The ceiling is wood. It has an upstairs in it. And the upstairs is suspended from the roof. There's no posts that run like from the floor to the upstairs. It all hangs from the roof. It is so cool. It's such a really cool building. And I was like, man, I need like a dump truck full of furniture salve to shine the place up. Hey, Ina. Hey, Janie. I am using Wise Owl Chalk Synthesis paint. We are a retailer for it. Really great chalk paint. Really easy to blend. This is Gustavian, which is this darker brown color you see here. And I think it has actually been discontinued. I was looking for a specific color a few months ago when I was working on a piece, and they had one they sent me, and I really love it, so I'm hoping I can get it again in the future if I need it. The white that you see, the base coat, is Antique Villa, or Antique Villa, I guess. So that's what the white is that you see, and then I'm painting the Gustavian here and kind of blending it up into the white and just kind of getting lighter the higher I go up. And I am making a mess, like I said, at the top up here. I knew I would. I'll have to wait on that to dry, and then I'll come back with my white. And then I'll show you. I'll have to show you guys a pic, or I'll post it after I get done. But this is a really cool piece. This is actually a footboard right here that you see. This is an antique bed, like a full size, and it had like a, I guess it was like a painted on inlay design on it. And so we stripped it down, and then we used the back, and then we cut the footboard in half, and my husband, with his great skills, attached it, and we're building a seat up under it, so it's going to be a bench. Oh, you're welcome, Janie. We do sell Wise Owl. If you ever want to try it, we'd love to let you try it out. We can shoot you a discount code and everything. It's on our website. We really like it. We tried several brands when we started painting, and we used to use a lot of like homemade chalk paint for our stuff. But this is just, we really like this brand. It's eco-friendly. It's great if you want to try blending. Gives good coverage. We really like it a lot. I'm trying to see if this is dry. I went right on it with my brown earlier instead of the white. I think it's dry all but the part there on the tape. I'm going to brush this up. And this is just the first coat here, and I probably will come back and do a second coat on it with the blending, just so I get, it's covering fine like it is, but I just like to always have a couple of coats when I'm painting. So it gets hard with this darker color. I can't see where my tape line actually starts and stops. So this is the Antique Villa again that I went over the top with up here. I'm going to pull that down a little bit, and I'm going to spray it. This is a mister bottle I got from Hobby Lobby. I think it's like 10 bucks, but you can get it on sale when they have a sale. So Klingons, the S30 is what I'm using for the two colors, and then I'm blending with the Klingon R20, and it's a round brush. It's a pretty big brush, but it's really good, soft to try to blend your colors together. And so I'll pull the white down here into the brown. And then I'm wiping off my excess, and then I'll pull the brown up and try to kind of get it kind of in the same area, but I'm not really looking for a straight line either, because if you can see the detail at the top, it kind of comes down lower. So I'm just kind of trying to follow that line a little bit. Really, the reason I'm doing it, if you're just kind of joining in late, I didn't want to come all the way up with the solid line of the Gustavian on the dark color, just because I don't want to try to go up over the trim on this panel, because it'll probably bleed, because the tape going from here up on there, it's like 3 different levels. It'd just be really kind of hard to keep it from bleeding there. So we're trying to just kind of lighten the paint as we go up. So it goes from a darker shade down here with the full Gustavian, and then kind of a light blend of the two to white. I've never really done that before. I have blended the two together on another piece I did, but we'll see how it turns out. If it doesn't look good, I'll just paint over it. That's the good thing about paint. If you don't like it, you just paint over it. Also, these I was telling people at the beginning of the video. So this is my blue painter's tape 3M, and then you see the white paint on the edges, and that's because I went in and sealed it with my base coat color, just to keep it from bleeding. That's my Antique Villa, Gustavian, all solid and pretty at the bottom. It's a really pretty light, kind of a tan color. It's not really a gray. It's just, it really is a perfect tan. I'm kind of surprised it's getting discontinued. It's a really pretty color, nice neutral. Keep that wet there. Come back with my blending brush and pulling my white down. And then I'll pull the brown, the Gustavian up, just to kind of let them meet in the middle. And then just start blending them. And both ways. I do like to go horizontal and vertical. If you've never tried blending, don't be scared to try it. It does take a little getting used to it. I'm no expert by any means. I just kind of started doing it, I guess, last year maybe. We did a piece, but we were trying to do it with homemade chalk paint, and it's much harder that way. I will tell you that. I didn't know how easy it could be until I started using the Wise Owl paint. So much easier, so much easier. So this is the Gustavian again. So same thing down here in the corner. My little boy's upset. You guys have to pay him no attention. He was supposed to take his books back to the library at school this week and get some new ones, and he did not do it, and so he's not getting a phone to play with while he's here because of that. So he's upset with us. He keeps begging for a phone. Parenting is hard sometimes. They think it's easy for us to deny them the things they want, but it's really not. But it's best to stand our ground. Alright, so pulling my white down here. And this will dry pretty quick. The chalk style paints do dry pretty quick, so if I can, I'll do a second coat over here. But I was gonna say I don't know if it'll be ready. It's not, so I may have to do that later. Let it dry a little bit. Hey, thank you guys for your help too, helping us pick a stain color. I finished up painting that dresser. Gosh, was it last week? Maybe the week before. I can't even keep up anymore. That's the Botanical, the new green from the fall release from Wise House. Really pretty, and shaded it with some black, and it turned out really pretty. And then my hubby waxed it this week while I was at work. The top on it is got a veneer overlay, and it wasn't really in good condition, so he just built a new top for it one day this week while I was at work, and it's going to be so pretty. We did strip the legs on it, and I wanted to leave them natural. I've done so many pieces already where that was my goal, was to leave them completely natural and not put any kind of stain or anything on it. And the last one I didn't stain, but I actually put some furniture salve on it, and it does darken the color a little bit. And I really just have wanted to do a piece with just completely raw natural legs. So that's what we're going for with this. So I've got to stain the new top, because it's obviously just raw wood that he built it out of. And so I got to put a little bit of stain on the legs so that it'll match. And I'm trying to decide which one. And they're both really light stains. One of them is golden oak. The other one is a color called flagstone. And it really doesn't change the wood a whole lot at all. It doesn't do a whole lot to the natural wood, but kind of nourish and protect it and shine it up a little bit. Other than that, not a whole lot of change. And I think I'm going for that one. Truthfully, the dark green would look really beautiful with a darker color stain, because I think it'll just kind of make it pop more. But like I say, I want the legs to be natural, so I can't go really dark with it because of that. So I'm leaning towards the original, the flagstone. And I'll tell you too, the legs on it are a little bit different color. So the front legs are just a little hair lighter than the back legs on the dresser. And ironically, the flagstone matches perfectly with the front legs, and the golden oak goes a little bit better with the legs than the back. But really, truly, either one of them go fine with it. So I posted to ask you guys what your thoughts were. See what y'all think. And it seems like the majority of people are going with the lighter one. So always like what I just did. I just got the wrong paint on my brush. But we always appreciate your guys' help. Sometimes it's hard when you look at stuff, and the longer you look at it, the more difficult it becomes to pick something. So I appreciate the help. All right, let's see. So that's kind of what we're getting here. So kind of here. And this is the first coat, so I'll come back and do a second coat after it dries. I was hoping by the time I got here this would be dry, but I touched it a minute ago and it is not. So I'll come back and do a second coat, and it'll kind of cover up a little bit of those lines. A little bit of it is shadows too. I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the comments here, and I'll be glad to ask or answer whatever you got. And I may come back on later and do a second coat. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go help my hubby with this piece over here in just a minute. Let me see if I can flip this. Don't mind my dirty studio. So this is what I'm working on. And then this is where I started a minute ago. So that's the bed. That's the headboard, obviously, in the back. And then we use the footboard to cut in half to build the sides. This is the green piece. That's the legs I was talking about. So the front leg is just a little bit lighter then the back leg. And that pretty new green wax finish is getting some sanding dust on it. You just tape that off. So this is the top. So you can see it's not just a really uneven finish, but it's a veneer top, so you can't really strip it. You can sand it down, but it usually doesn't end up being a nice even tone to it. But here's the problem. This was damaged up here in the front, probably likely from water, because you can see the spots on it. So we broke those pieces off, and then you can fill it and sand it. Sometimes we do that. We'll fill it with wood filler and then sand it down smooth. And that works if you're wanting to paint it, but we didn't want to paint it because, again, we wanted these nice natural legs. So he has built a top for me, and so right now he's sanding off the trim, the corner, because we're going to leave this where it is and then just put a new top on here. That's what all these holes are for, where he's getting it ready for the new top. So I'll post a picture when we finish it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for joining us. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you want to try out the paint, let me know. Be glad to send some your way. And we'll see you later. Thanks.